Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. All right, Scorpio. So tonight we have, yes, the Hanged Man. I know, it's like one of the most popular and that sigh we make when we see it, right? It's always in movies, always in pop culture, as being a pretty negative card, right? Well, I don't look at it that way. Not at all. Actually, I think it is one that is quite empowering, or it can be, okay? So we have like the death card, we have the tower card, and we know this is when things are ending. Sometimes abruptly, sometimes with no, we have no idea, right? They give no forewarning. And then we have the Hanged Man. And this is an energy of deciding, right? Deciding to let go of something, deciding to sacrifice something for in your life, right? Maybe it's like a job that you love, but it doesn't pay enough, or maybe it's a relationship, a good friendship that has become toxic, or, whatever has happened. And these are sometimes things, right? And these are just examples. It could be anything, really. But this is where we get to decide. It's not like a tower card where it's been probably a lot of little decisions and just the circumstances of life, right, that lead to something fundamental in your life kind of falling apart. And the death card, that one doesn't discriminate. It could be out of the blue. It could be something building up for many years. But the Hanged Man is all about decision, being in control of your own destiny. So we'll go ahead and turn this bowl here. We're going to see what the tea leaves want to tell us. And I want to say thank you so much for deciding to click on this reading, to share some of your most valuable time with me. It really is an honor. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. I'm very interested in two things right now. What are you all reading for the summer or winter, depending on where you're at, right? Do you have a reading list? I'd love to hear about it. Put it in the comments. And the other thing, what are you planning to do for the solstice? Are you somebody that celebrates? Are you somebody that, does some big ostentatious, ritual ceremony? Or, maybe you just kick back, have a little fire, or, maybe, sometimes this happens to me. It definitely has, where you think, oh my gosh, I lost track of the day. I don't have anything planned, and maybe we'll have a nice dinner and go to bed early. So whatever you have going on, I'd love to hear about it, or whatever your dreams. Maybe you have a dream ritual that you'd like to do. Put it in the comments. Okay, so we have this image of the lovers united right here. We have one person here, embracing one another. Now, we also have what looks like 1, 2, possibly 3 children, okay? And there seems to be the letters IP or IT right down here, okay? Now, this one over here looks like it's almost a person wearing a bee costume. You can see the little antennae, and it would be kind of the little little wings back here and arms kind of out raised. And so I feel like, I mean, this is kind of on the nose here, but like a busy little bee, right? Now, I feel like this maybe was you when you were young. I feel that you had a lot of love in your life, and probably your parents were pretty passionate. Probably, I'm imagining that they didn't really shield you from a lot. This is like maybe the kind of family where everything is talked about just out in the open, and even the arguments and the ups and downs and the jealousies and the financials and all of the stuff, and you are there to witness. And I don't necessarily think that this is a thing where it is a negative, although of course when we're young and we hear our parents kind of going on about something, and it might really put some fear into our heart, or just feeling like, why are these people I love fighting? And that's your first exposure to, a misalignment in that moment. So I feel like more though, here's the emphasis, that it really taught you about love and devotion and trying to work things out, even if they're not always ideal. I also feel like you have a real deep sense of connection with people in your life. And a lot of this, I think, has to do with the fact that you witness deep love, right? You witness people who showed up for each other, that were, very serious about their union, even when, maybe sometimes it wasn't the best, right? So I do feel like this is something that you absolutely have prioritized in your life, and that is finding your partner, your mate, that you can exercise this kind of deep love with, and partnership and all of the other things. So I think that is something that has been on your mind a lot lately. And maybe it is that you are in love. Maybe you are in this relationship. Maybe you're married. Maybe you've been married for many years. But I do feel like there has been this wave of sentimentality, of belovedness, and really a desire to go deeper. Okay. Now, maybe you are somebody who is, maybe you are divorced or widowed, or have remained, fairly single, or, in relationships that that really hurt. I'm over here rubbing my arm a little bit because, well, as I've shared before, I'm on this intentional movement lifestyle change. And the last year I've been really, really into different forms of exercise, but I've really tried to put it off working on my upper body and my arms. And so I've really focused on that lately in the last, 2 months. And I just felt like where my muscle is it's kind of bound up there, and it just jumped when I touched it. So I guess I'm going to need some water and lemon juice and maybe some real electrolytes and a massage. Massage my muscle. So I apologize for that. But so anyways, yes, I feel like there is this real wanting, and maybe, like I said, maybe you're looking for somebody. Maybe you're kind of in that single mode, or, maybe you don't even think of yourself as single. I know when I was alone, I didn't call myself single, I didn't even think of myself as single, really. I was, doing this belovedness with myself. And I always just called it my solitary time, right? And that's what it was. That's what it was. I was having a love affair with myself. So there was no lack of love. And I feel like maybe that's where you're at, right? You don't consider yourself this like single person, but yeah, you enjoy your company, and if you met somebody, or you want to connect with somebody to do some deeper work, and I think honestly, let me just say, I think this happens more than we realize. When we are attracted to somebody, or even when we just realize, like, I need a partner. I need a magical partner in this work I'm doing. I need somebody to conversate with, to build with, to go deep into ideas, to, kind of utter my histories and look through those by communicating with somebody. And it is in that conversation, things are worked out, and maybe that's what it is. So often I think we seek this kind of connection with somebody, and it's kind of wrapped in this idea of romantic love, or, a physical attraction, or a need for companionship. And all of these things are true as well and can be true at the same time. But I think so often it's the work calling for us to find our partner, the person that we need to do the work with, right? And it's not that they're doing the work for you, or that, ultimately you don't really need somebody else. But yeah, sometimes that dynamic is very helpful. Okay. So that might also be kind of what we're looking at here. Now, I want to turn it to this way. And it does look like there is some amount of discord, chaos, maybe some arguing, not getting along. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, all arms up. They all look like they're in war mode right here. This one's even holding, it looks like a arrow. So then we have 3 people, one offering over a message to the other 2. This one looks like they're sleeping. They're not listening. This person looks like they have their arm out. They're also holding the number 9. And the number 9 to me almost always represents the flaming sword. So a revealer. So we have somebody offering information to one person who doesn't care. They're not paying attention. The other person, I feel, is kind of really on a crusade of some kind. Like they are really like wanting to be in that role of maybe like, community educator, revealer, whistleblower, or, something like this, where they're about that life, right? They are not going to let any secret lie. Now, I almost feel like we have this discord within the work environment, right? Or maybe it's a friends group, but I do feel like, and we have the alarm kind of going off here with the rooster, I do feel like there's going to be some stuff that comes to light that maybe is not anticipated at all. I think this is going to throw you off deeply. It doesn't feel like good news. I'm just going to be honest. It feels like this is something that will disrupt the harmony of the group, of the collective here. Okay. So I want you to prepare yourself for this. And maybe you're already watching this happen, or you're involved in it in some way. But I do think that now we have the cat, we have ears, we have the eyes, the nose, the mouth right here. So I do see you going into a kind of solitary state, at least in this environment. Okay. Now we have the L and the 7. Now L7 used to mean square, right? You're a square. Being a square means that you're a nerd, or, you're kind of a loser, or, boring or not cool or whatever. Now, what I think of when I see L7 is two parts coming together to create that perfect square, that foundational piece that we need, right? To be all squared away, to be standing on the square, to be on the level where the foundation is leveled. Oh, goodness. I always drop this thing. So to me, it's about getting things together, getting your life together, doing your work, working on that self-refinement. So I see you with that cat image, with the square coming together, going into that solitary monk mode, and really focusing on getting your ducks in a row, really focusing on getting things set up so that they work in your favor, right? Really, being on your dolo, that is to be solo, and really kind of sitting back, taking it all in and formulating your next move. Now, I do see, or I anticipate, let me just emphasize, I'm anticipating this more than anything, that this decision that you are going to be making is not going to be an easy one. And I think it will be uncomfortable for a while. But I just feel that the power of taking the choice into your own hands is going to be the thing that really, gets you through when things feel misaligned or chaotic, or because I feel like you're somebody who lives in their conviction, and you are going to do what you think is right. And if somebody else doesn't like that, then that's too bad for them. And that's really the energy that I'm feeling here. And that's really what's, it keeps you strong. It keeps you in your resolve. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So I'm seeing a mother figure right here. Okay. Now we have this person reaching up into the sky, it looks like, for the stars. And I'm looking at these numbers here. And it looks like the number 202. I feel that especially your mother figure really, really went out of her way to make sure. And we have this ship here. We have a little heart. We have a person running up here. We have the sun up there running towards the sun. We also have this beautiful bird, like maybe a dove. It seems very peaceful right here. And then up here we have the chicken. Okay. So I feel that there's such an emphasis, and I feel like you were given such a space to be yourself growing up. I almost wonder if you were homeschooled, or you went to some kind of, alternative type of education, like a, Waldorf or Montessori, or, there are a lot of things, different STEM schools, charter school, whatever. Maybe something that was a little bit different, but I feel like your mother figure was the one that always really prioritized your individuality, your independence, but also your education. Okay. And I feel like this gave you so many tools, right? And the room to kind of create the persona carefully, meticulously over time, not like immediately you're thrown into this whirlwind of trying to figure out how to fit in or survive, in your schooling. You were at times really thriving, I believe. And I feel like this is such a blessing because you know what it is to be almost all the way free, right? You had the resources, the support, the space, the motivation to become. And so, when you taste that kind of beauty in life, or how beautiful life can be, learning, I don't know about you, but I feel like learning is like peak experience. Now, not, I'm talking all kinds of learning. Like if you're learning how to, and this is on my list with my daughter. We made a list of things we're going to research and learn this summer. And one of them is building bricks out of mud and other natural materials. And, it could be something like that. That's not really, sitting at a desk doing tests or anything. But I feel like you had a very deep and holistic kind of experience with education, learning, your home life, your school life, whatever that looked like. And I feel like there's just a deep reverence, I feel like, for your mother, because she created these opportunities for you until you were old enough, obviously, to create them for yourself. I'm not saying your mom is the reason that you are wonderful, beautiful, talented, smart. Of course, that is all you. But yeah, having these opportunities does change so much for us, doesn't it? So we're going to go ahead. We'll do 3 lucky numbers. Number 76, number 58, 76, 58, and 23. And then we'll do our wild bohemian affirmation cards. And I'm just going to flip until it feels right. We have these cool pink rocks, minerals. They're beautiful, shiny. Number 40, I am soulful. Just being yourself makes love real and sends joyous ripples through the world. Joyous ripples through the world. Okay, and then we'll finish with our Dreamer's deck. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip on through, stop where it feels right. And it says, I know that incredible things happen when I I know incredible things happen when I surround myself with supportive people. I am loved. I am loved. All right. Well, Scorpio, I want to tell you I love you because I do. And thank you so much for spending this time with me. Our time is so precious, and it is such a privilege to be able to be here, communing, heart to heart. So, if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I have to say these things. The algo loves them. Please, yes, do it. Do all 3. Do 1. Do 2. Do 0. It's up to you. But if you want to leave a comment, definitely put it in the comments section. Also, if you have any prayer requests or, requests for good energies, a nice hug over, many miles, you can put that in the comments, or you can email me at ulaishere@gmail.com. Also, if you want to go check out my husband, he's amazing. His name is Paul. He runs Dove and Serpent Tarot. I'm sure you've heard of it. He's got a pretty big following over there. He's so talented. It is not even a question why. So, but if you haven't seen him, go check him out. All right. So I love you. We'll talk in a few days. Good night. Good night. Good night.